If you are listening, nobody's here yet. I'm just seeing if it is actually recording. How is everybody doing? Are we live? No, see, I don't think we're live. We are live. Okay, so very interesting. So, you know, it just appears that I have to be a little more patient, ladies and gentlemen. This is a new visualization that we are looking at. We are going backward in time, looking at a visual representation of all of the transactions that have occurred on the blockchain. We are going back block by block, and you can actually click on any one of these transactions and see when and where it occurred and the amount of Bitcoin that was maneuvered. You can see by the size of the octagon that the transaction sizes vary. These tools are really cool. Okay, we are going to get into it. If you are a YouTuber, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Mad love to the YouTubers. Go ahead, hit the like, hit the share. Do what nice people do. And for the podcast people, we are just about to get going, and we got a good show. I'm a little pissed, not pissed off, but there's some. I wasn't able to act quick enough because the Solana network is slow right now. Bitcoin network is slow, and those things can be annoying. But you know what? Let's get into it. Thank you guys for tuning in. You don't know how much it means to me. Well, you do know because I'm telling you, it means a lot. So thank you for tuning in. I hope everybody is doing super well. What do we have going on? Okay, we're going to just jump right into shit. The total crypto market cap has decreased by about $60 billion since yesterday. Where did everybody put their money? Toncoin defies market sentiment with massive spikes, just green candles all over the place. They have surged to a new all-time high when everybody has turned red. Will the base narrative overtake the Solana story? A lot of people are moving to the base chain. It is really interesting. Are we going to see that? Is it cheaper, faster, and more reliable than the Solana network, which has been slow and sluggish because of Ansem consistently tweeting different names that can be associated to a meme coin, and it is just making the network really difficult to deal with. Chaos to clarity, noise to narrative. It is Tuesday, April 9th, and it is time for some rare bits. Today, the Crypto Greed and Fear Index is coming in at an 80. We are rocking that extreme greed zone, and we love to have it. We are up 4 degrees from yesterday. Top, you know what? I just have to do something on the screen. This visualization is making me... it's almost making me seasick. As I said, the Greed and Fear Index is 80. We're up from 4. NFT sentiment is up 5 degrees as well. We're coming in at 855. Top crypto search term for the normies is BTC Virtual Machine. That is the Bitcoin Virtual Machine. The ticker sign is BVM. It is up 60% on the 7-day. It is definitely worth something looking into. I started to do a scratch and sniff on this, and I am interested. I will follow up with more information, probably in my Substack tomorrow morning. Top NFT search term is Runestone. Are Runestones catching on with the mainstream? They are on Dogecoin, they're on Bitcoin, they're on all the coins now. Is it the new meta? What can you do with them? Why are they so important? What happened for the 24 hours? ETH dominance is actually up for the 24 hours. And this morning, we're going to skip over statistics this morning because they are irrelevant, though I do like to see what's changed. I'm just going to throw out one number. Bitcoin sales volume for the last 24 hours. This morning at 5 a.m., it was clocking in at $19 million. Solana was clocking in at 10.3. They climbed up from that $1.3 million 24-hour weekend that just, man, was it because the chain was slow or because people are just doing other things? playing with the meme coins, messing around in Bitcoin, yes and yes. And ETH NFT sales volume came in at about 10.7 as of early this morning. We're going to circle back and see what has changed. It is currently 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Things that I'm watching, and you should just put them on your hit list, your watch list. Ether.fi, ticker sign ETHFI. Next one, Wormhole, ticker sign W. Next one is Prom, ticker sign PROM. I'm telling you to DYOR on these. These are all very interesting things with an underlying story. They are worth holding on to, worth investigating, in my opinion. We have 10 days to the Bitcoin halving. We are also going to click in and see exactly how much time we have on that. And before we get into some more news, we are going to check numbers from the nerds, and which is wonderful because we are going to get off of that screen, which is making me absolutely insane. All right, looking at the Bitcoin halving clock, we are looking at real time. We have 10 days, 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 43 seconds. We have 1,508 blocks left to mint. You can see Bitcoin prices slid under that $70,000 mark, currently trading at $69,089.67. Okay, so let's continue on our journey, just seeing what we have going on. And we did not want to click that button, did we? Holy moly. We are looking at the crypto heat map, and it is on fire, and not in a good way. It is about as red can be. But, and I mentioned again, Toncoin has just been on fire. It is up 10% on the 24 hours. Look at, everything is red except Toncoin, Tau, Leo, a couple others in here, FTM. But basically, we are looking at just a healthy sea of red. Taking a sip of coffee. And so you guys can look at the current crypto market cap. You can see what's risen and what's fallen. Again, look at Toncoin. Not only is it up in price, but it's up in just market cap. Look at the movement on that. It is just beautiful to see. Let's get into some actual numbers. We have Bitcoin currently coming in at $69,121. Ethereum trading at $3,518. BNB is chasing that $600 mark, still coming in at $580, so about $20 to go. We have Solana trading at $175. It is just red for the past week. Are we going to climb back to that 200? I do think so, but it's really interesting. Solana has been frustrating. Yes, it's friction-free and fast when it works. Right now, there's this big sign up that says, sorry, we are experiencing delays. The Solana blockchain might be as slow as Ethereum and Bitcoin. And it is. So that is unfortunate. Looking at some of the top sales at the moment, going to our favorite Crypto Slam page. These Bitcoin pups are just, yeah, they're just doing big numbers. We had a big Bored Ape Yacht Club sale, Trippy Fur for $154,000. That floor price is really down. And you know what? It's interesting watching the kings fall. Not to say that they're fallen, but it becomes really interesting that the more sought after rarities become less important when the floor price is going down. And is that true, or is it a sign of frustration, which is what I think it is? So if you do believe that these ecosystems will turn around, if you believe floor price down is momentary and they are going to rebound, there is a play, in my view, to watch when you see some of the more rare NFTs hit the floor. Why do I say that? Because a lot of times those rare NFTs were purchased in and around a bull market. A lot of times these sellers have held them and just watched the floor price dwindle. It has gotten to a point where they are probably deciding to do some tax loss harvesting or just cut their losses altogether. And oftentimes I feel like they will put a floor price on the asset to make a statement to the community like, I am out of here and I am going to show you how far I'm going, and look at the floor price I put on my coveted asset because it is not worth what it was at one point. So sometimes that frustration and pain is something you can buy in on. That is, if you believe that these floor prices will turn around. And the verdict remains to be out, but it is interesting. It's coming back. All this shit is cyclical. Everybody that thinks this stuff is dead, we've heard it before. Nothing has changed. Now, looking at the top three ecosystems over the last 24 hours, we have Bitcoin coming in at about $19.4 million, Ethereum trading at 10.7, and Solana at almost 9.1. So There was a good stretch a couple months ago where Solana was the king of the ecosystem, trading more than everybody. Bitcoin has been dominating it. Bitcoin is actually doing exactly double Ethereum and Solana combined at the moment. So we are going to get into some of that. We are looking at the Ethereum heat map. You can see a mixture of everything. We can see price points up here, which is nice. I have it set so you can see cash value as well. We will get into the Ethereum price. But looking at the size of the squares gives us a recipe for how much is moved as far as volume. And you can see that Pudgy Penguins are trading at $45,094. Bored Apes, $44,915. So they are neck and neck. One's trading at 12.85 ETH, the other at 12.799. The race is on, baby. We have Mochaverse back up, trading above 4 ETH, which is good to me. This is such, man, it's expensive. $14,737 is an expensive purchase. I think this is, to me, one of the smarter buys on the Ethereum ecosystem at the moment, next to possibly a CryptoPunk, if you are looking for some long-term holds. I also think the captains of Meme Land are interesting at this price as well, though expensive, $11,857. That is 3.3 Ethereum, very expensive. Mutant Apes trading at 2.045, so about $7,176. Looking at the top 5 movers, we have Bored Ape Yacht Club, Pudgy Penguins, Milady Makers, Mochaverse, and Mutant Ape Yacht Club rounding out the top 5. Kanpai Pandas, they have regained some ground. Man, I think they even dropped below 2 ETH. They were trading above 3 ETH for a moment. They are back above 2, trading at 2.115. That is about $7,400. There's always activity now. I'm seeing more and more from them on the timeline, so I love to see it. I am a huge fan of Ice Bags, so I like seeing them do well. And Ice Bags has a bunch of stuff up his sleeve, so if you do not follow him, you absolutely should. Mochaverse, down at the moment, a lot of volume. So one-day volume, their volume is up 567%, which leads me to believe there was an announcement. They have been holding spaces on Twitter talking about the Mocha ID. And it's funny, I did some research, and at one point my research said there were about 500,000 people. Now it is above, they're nearing 2 million holders of this ID. So this is just absolutely brilliant to me, the way that they're underpinning the market and assuring their success long term. It is going to rely upon this Mocha ID, and it is brilliant what they are doing. They are ones to follow in this space, absolutely. Looking at the heat map for the Solana ecosystem, we have Mad Lads turning green, trading at 127 salamis, almost 128. We like to see him. Tensorians have dropped quite a bit. Wow, trading all the way down at 18. I think that is because everybody got their airdrop. I do not know, though. I will look into that. Probably not. And there's a reason why I'm not going to look into it, because I'm not even going to get into it. Looking at the top 5 movers on the Solana ecosystem, we have Frogana's Mutant Mon, Tensorians, Mad Lads, Magic Ticket rounding out the top 5. And I also want to mention this. We have Kanpai Pandas trading at $8,200. So that versus their Ethereum counterpart, which is $7,400. So they're actually more expensive on the Solana ecosystem at the moment, which is interesting. Is that an arbitrage opportunity? I do not know. Frogana's trading about $460. There have been about 9,956 trades in the last 24 hours. So they're nearing their normal activity, which is usually, I don't know, I've seen it as much as 14,000 trades in a 24-hour period. So God love them. Next up, we are getting into the Bitcoin side of thing. Top movers are Runestones, OMBs, Rune Punks, Bitcoin Puppets, and Quantum Cats rounding out the top 5. The new addition is the Rune Punks. There have been 3,582 sales with 149 pending, currently trading at 0.012 Bitcoin. They are just flying off the shelves. You can see the chart. It is a good looking chart. I was actually thinking about buying one of these, but the money, I was transferring money. Though the Magic Eden wallet is very nice because if you have Solana in your wallet, you can just transfer it, swap it straight to Bitcoin in wallet and continue purchasing. Though it does take a moment when you do anything on Bitcoin, as a lot of you people know. And something that I have been watching and playing this game, this deals with the Pac Moon ecosystem. It deals with the PAC token. Basically, all you have to do is purchase some of this PAC token. You deposit it on Wasabi, and then you tweet about Pac Moon. This is the District 1 social ecosystem that underpins all of this stuff. It is very interesting what they're doing. Activity equals rewards. We are about 22 days away from the rewards drop. I do not know what the rewards will be. And I also know that many people are getting involved in this. So the competition is heating up because Air Season 2, those rewards equated to 7 figures for some individuals, over $1 million for some individuals that now have the opportunity to continue to be content creators, put that money in the bank, and just live off it and just continue to eat, breathe, and sleep this ecosystem, which is what I have been trying to do. And the other thing that I want to bring to everybody's attention, other than this District 1 and this Pac Moon ecosystem, is something that is just taken off by storm. And we're going to cover some of this in new segments in a sec. But this is called Pump.Fun. And these guys got together and they created a coin generator where you can put in information and it creates a shit coin, a meme coin for you. And these guys have generated about $5 million in revenue just from creator fees. So people are paying a service fee to have these coins created, and these guys are not doing anything and they're cranking in the money. What's also interesting about this is an opportunity to purchase shit coins pre-robots. What does that mean? Once the liquidity pool once there are certain things that happen in the life of the shit coin, it becomes difficult for you as an outsider to get involved, especially if you weren't involved in the initial allocation or a pre-sale of some sort, right? You become one with everybody else. You are at a disadvantage if you are not a robot because there are robots mixed in with everybody else, and they are going to be better and faster at doing whatever your intention is, trust me. Pump.Fun is the ability to get in and make stupid gambles on coins that have just hit the register. It is, some of these coins won't even make it to a liquidity pool burn. Sometimes the dev is just going to rug the coin as soon as it makes a couple $1,000. You don't know. But what I do know is it gives you a chance to bet on these shit coins, and the returns can be amazing. This is where the big money on the return goes. This is also where the big side of gambling is. So looking at some of these things, you either pick a ticker that you like, you pick a picture that you like, you read these little stories, you do a little due diligence. We're talking market cap, $39,000, $6,000, $24,000. So whether these are able to get out of this little ecosystem depends on how much interest there is. So if you feel like you can pick out a good meme, maybe jump in here and see if you can pick out some winners and see if these things get traction. If you happen to pick one that does get traction, you are going to crush it. Literally crush it. Okay, so that is the last thing that I wanted to show you guys with that. Now, I wanted to move on to some news stories that caught my attention that I want you guys to know about. We have Asprey Studio. They have just dropped a bombshell in the NFT world with their latest creation. It is called Silver Scream. It is featuring none other than Edvard Munich's iconic The Scream. It is going to be on the Bitcoin network. The collection includes 444 NFTs. They're going to be priced at 0.01 Bitcoin. That is about $800 at this moment in time. It will be along 10 physical framed artworks. Those are going to be priced at a cool $20,000 a piece. It is their second foray into Bitcoin NFTs following the smashing success of their egg collection last April. So if you are interested in that, watch for the Asprey Studios thing coming out. And in another corner of the metaverse, we have Illuvium. the game developer. They are getting into bed with Samsung, and we are stoked that they are walking down the aisle. Why are they doing this? Illuvium is trying to utilize Samsung's technical abilities to make their game playing experience better, faster, and more awesome for all of you nerds. So we do like to see this. This is going to be really good. There's some funding involved, and they have a contract. It looks like they're going to balloon this thing up to $1 trillion. It goes all the way up to 2029. So look for this partnership to not only just begin to grow, but the ecosystem to just merge. And will you see, yes, you're going to see gaming pop up in all kinds of different things. We are probably also going to see Samsung announce some sort of, in my view, off the top of my head, some sort of meta gear, right, for the head to incorporate all of the technology stack that they have. This isn't just for telephone. It isn't for stereo. It has got to be future forward. So that is what I am looking to see. Meanwhile, we have Node Monkeys. They are absolutely sweeping from tree to tree. They are the leading NFT sales collection across the board. Despite a bit of a dip, sales dropped nearly 47% to 2.1 million, but that did not stop the Solana collections, Frogganas, and Tensorians from making a splash with nearly 1.5 million each. So while some of the focus was taken off of Node Monkeys, people have been, as we know, trading the Frogganas, and Tensorians were a big trade as people were maneuvering in and out of that, expecting the Tensor airdrop, which happened yesterday. So a bunch of people did very well on that. So the Tensorians, it seems like their floor price is currently dropping, but still, just those collections are about the only ones that are doing big volume on the Solana ecosystem, which has been dormant for, I think in my report today, we talk about maybe we're on 5 weeks of a downturn for the NFT ecosystem. So that is substantial, especially in a market that has gone bull. Now, it's funny, we used to see these crappy NFT collections pop up that were just absolutely horrendous. And the good thing is, it seems like those have been replaced with meme coins. So the meme coins have much more liquidity. It's much easier to get in and out of them. And there's actually communities forming around this meme culture. So it is an interesting ride nonetheless. Will it continue to eat away at the NFT culture? I don't know. And I said it yesterday in the podcast. These NFTs need to figure out a way to utilize the meme coins in a way that makes sense, that makes it fun for users, holders, investors, and everybody. It's just the game. Like, if you are not going to evolve your game, you are going to sink, very much like the marketplace OpenSea. Now, in the realm of RWA, aka real world assets, to me, this is going to be the driver of the evolution of the next wave. It is going to be more important, in my view, than the gaming ecosystem. The gaming will bring tech, the RWA sector will bring the people. Things are definitely heating up. We have BlackRock. They are moving to tokenize all kinds of shit. Crypto analyst Mike Dusher, he is singing the praises. He is listing top RWAs like Red Belly Network and Chainlink. He is projecting just jaw-dropping $10 trillion valuations by 2030. These companies are just making gigantic moves, and we're talking about some serious coins. So begin understanding the RWAs. And I don't know why that we're not talking about all of the homes being put on RWA contracts, so we don't need, don't need to deal with closing costs and closing attorneys. All that information can be put into the contract. When you accept the contract, the deed is done. Excuse me. Okay, so speaking of serious coin, Ethereum's feeling pretty good about itself lately. Two big whales just made a splash. They withdrew nearly they withdrew about 11,700 ETH worth of whopping 40 million. They withdrew it from Binance. This is a bold move, and it often signals confidence in Ethereum's upward trajectory, thinking we do not need it on the exchange because we are not going to sell it. So just that movement alone sent ETH price up about 10%. It was trading to 36.79 in 24 hours. It is just like watching Wall Street on steroids, some of this stuff. But not everything is coming up in roses in the NFT world. Sales have taken a bit of a nosedive, as I mentioned, for the 5th week in a row, dropping a hefty 14% overall. Yet amidst all this chaos, the interest in the Bitcoin ETF is reaching a fever pitch. It is worth over $12.6 billion in net inflows. It is a tale of two markets at the moment. Will we see these markets converge again, the art and the crypto market? I think we will, as soon as we see a new, fresh batch of crypto millionaires. And last but this is the last thing I have for you guys today. Immutable Games is gearing up to drop their latest expansion pack for Gods Unchained. It is going to be dubbed Dread Awakening on April 23rd. They are dropping it. It has 148 new cards, exploring some cosmic horror themed shit. If you like that, you are going to be stoked because the cards are graphic. This collab with Guild of Guardians is sure to send shockwaves through the gaming world, so buckle up, folks, because the NFT universe is about to get a whole lot spookier. The secret sauce for today: don't quit yet. The worst moments are usually followed by the most beautiful silver lining. Stay strong and continue your chase. Remember, the rabbit hole runs deep. Still craving crypto clarity? Subscribe to my Substack today. Warning, rare bits may cause hodling.